Water is important. You need water. 75% of our bodies are made out of water. So in a newborn, about 90% of their body is made out of water. Look at that snow there. That snow, once it melts, whoa, it'll become water. Okay, you hear that stream there? What about this one? Okay, see that stream? Water. So if you don't drink enough water, it's hard to release the poisons and toxins. You'll have to excuse me, I'm just gonna have a little water here. So what kind of water does Dr. Ilya recommend?
Spring water.
I recommend this kind of water here. That water's good. That's God's water. What kind of water, Rosita?
Spring water.
Spring water is G. Who does it belong to?
God's water.
God's water. Okay. Now the thing about this is the reverse osmosis water, that's not God's water. If we get water from a plastic container, that's probably not the same thing as God. I mean, maybe you can put God's water into the plastic container, but this is actually God's water. So in other videos, we're going to go over exactly how you can get this water. You know, this water has a certain charge to it. So it's negatively charged. This is volcanic rock down here. We're at the top, near the top, kind of at the middle actually of Mount Shasta. And as you know, they used to get a lot of water from Mount Shasta. A lot of the water we get today comes from either Mount Shasta or it comes from Cobb. I guess Cobb River, at the bottom of the Cobb River. Actually, there's a variety of different waters. So, okay, kidneys need a lot of water. People can die from not drinking enough water. I have seen patients die from dehydration. If you end up, can you hold this for a second?
Sure.
Thanks. So if you pinch the back of your wrist, the skin should spring back very quickly. That's called the pinch test. A real complicated name for that test. If the skin doesn't bounce back quickly, then you have severe dehydration. The other thing you can do is you can take a finger and you can stroke it over your tongue. And then you should look at your finger and your finger should be wet. Okay. Do you want me to use my finger, Rosita?
No.
Is it wet?
It is wet.
Oh, good. So if your finger's not wet, then you have severe dehydration. You're very dehydrated. Severe dehydration is at the core of many of the modern diseases we have. Please read through the books from Dr. Bhattacharya. I can't pronounce his name very well, but he's an Indian doctor who wrote, "You're not sick, you're thirsty. Your body's many cries for water." And in that book, he talks about how the majority of our modern diseases are actually stemming not from medication deficiency. Rosita, do you or I have a medication deficiency?
No, at all.
Do my patients have a medication deficiency?
No, they don't either.
Does anyone watching this video have a medication deficiency?
No.
No.
No
You're
way.
not sick. You are thirsty. You need to drink more water. If you don't nourish most of your organs and glands, many of your organs and glands are made mostly from water.
Yeah, each cell of the body.
Every cell of the body requires water to function properly. Actually, most of them. The hair doesn't require lots of water, but there is some water in the hair follicles as well. And hair actually has some water in it. So the kidneys, the liver, and the pancreas are the main organs and glands that deal with water metabolism, but most of them, I mean the blood, A large component of the blood is water. A large component of the cerebrospinal fluid is water. The lymphatic system is made mostly, not all, but mostly from water. So water is really important. Let's take another look at some of that water there. Oh, the top of all the water? I'm showing them the bottom. How do I get to the top? Oh, like that? Okay. My wife Yvette says, what about the headaches? So if we don't drink enough water, we end up getting headaches, okay? If we have headaches, then it may not necessarily be that we have a medication deficiency. It may not be that we're deficient in vitamin A, B, C, D, E, B1, B2, B3, nice, whatever, B6. It may just be possibly that we don't have enough water. Some people have infections that cause the headaches. I've had this one patient recently, I told her, hey, you need to go to the dentist, and the dentist is gonna end up replacing a tooth or actually pulling a tooth. She waited, like, with all due respect, she waited about 8 or 9 months, maybe a year to go to the dentist. Right away, they did the dental procedure. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they pulled a tooth. The headaches were gone. So, I'm not sure what that has to do with water, but try to stick with what we're doing, what we're suggesting. We've been here before. We've been here. We've done this. This isn't the first time we've been to this rodeo. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So this is the water we want to drink. Now, this water, and if you're in an environment like this, you're going to get a lot of good ions. See that water? See all the water inside the amorcita? How beautiful it makes the amorcita look. A lot of people, if they don't eat enough protein and they don't drink enough water, they end up with a lot of wrinkles on their face. And the reason why we get those wrinkles is because the collagen is a protein. The thing that makes your skin so beautiful and soft is fat and protein and water. So if you don't drink enough water, or eat enough fat, or eat enough protein, you end up with wrinkly skin, you end up sick, you can't think as clearly, you aren't as physically fit. You end up really, really unhealthy. So this should be a given, but it's not. So a lot of people are really unclear on this. So thank you so much for joining us, friends of Triad Health Family Healing Center. If you see this on Facebook, definitely, can you hold this for a second? Give us a love. Love. Or give us a surprise face.
I'll give us some thumbs.
Or give us a happy face. Or what else?
No, that's about it.
That's about it, yeah. And share it with somebody you know that you think would benefit, who's drinking Arrowhead, who's drinking Dasani, who's drinking God only knows what. They're drinking...
Or they drink juices because they think
Aquasana. They're drinking Aquasana. They're drinking juice. They're drinking beer. They're drinking beer instead of water. Okay? They think that they put lemons in their water and they think it's still water. They're putting little orange peel in their water. They say this is water. They're drinking tea instead of water. That's it. Over and out. Peace.